Hey, welcome back, everybody. Today, I've been studying some stuff, and it has to do with leadership. And I really want to talk about leadership today. So by the end of this video, I want you to know what type of leader you are, and I want you to be armed with a bunch of different ideas for how to be a better leader, for how to lead others in a more organized way, how to communicate more effectively, and and then at the end, I'm going to give you a couple of bonus tips. It's kind of the secret sauce, and why I think um, I've had loyal staff for years that have followed me, of all people. um, Whatever I've done, it's been working. And so I'm going to share that with you today. Let's jump into it. Happy Wednesday, everybody. So I'm going to give you some things here to think about, okay? When it comes to leadership in today's day and age, with hybrid remote workers, with all these distractions, with doing business like you've maybe never done it before, being a leader like you've never been a leader before, good leaders have to adapt. Good leaders stay 2 steps ahead. And I'm going to get to that in just a second, but I want to start with some of the basics. So self-awareness is something that people that watch my channel hear me talk about a lot. Self-awareness is maybe the single most important thing in mental health. Self-awareness is maybe the single most important thing in finances. And self-awareness is the single most important thing in leadership. Maybe not the single most important thing in leadership, but it's up there. So to know the type of leader that you are, of course, there's the Myers-Briggs test, which I would recommend for everybody. It does cost a little bit of money, but that will give you a very well-rounded idea of the type of leader that you are. So I would definitely recommend the Myers-Briggs test. You can look that up. There are some that claim to be just as effective, but there's no real substitute for the OG Myers-Briggs test. That will give you a very definitive picture of the type of leader that you are. And the type of leader that you are won't matter quite as much when we get to the end of this video, because I'm going to show you that you already, to a large degree, know how to be a good leader. So I'm going to give you some qualities here beyond self-awareness. Beyond self-awareness, of course, the people that we lead are always watching us. So we want to lead by example. We want to be the first ones in. We want to be the last ones out at the end of the day. We want to set the tone for how we work, not just the hours that we put in, but the quality of the hours that we put in and how we help people. Next, we want to dive into emotional intelligence for a second. So EQ, as it's better known. This is part of my channel that I dedicate the largest amount of time toward. But emotional intelligence it's about knowing yourself and knowing others. It's about knowing the human condition. It's about knowing. There's another part of this that's going to be a bonus coming in just a second, but without developing emotional intelligence in today's day and age, you'll just fall behind as a leader, just pure and simple. With the emergence of AI, the development of emotional intelligence becomes maybe the single most important thing, quality that you can have to differentiate yourself, because we're entering a generic and efficient world. And so those that don't know the human condition are falling behind. You've got to empower others. Okay, you've got to give people enough rope to make mistakes. You've got to empower them by trusting them, by letting them know that you trust them to carry out, X, Y, and Z. I can't tell you how many times I've given people that deem me their leader a small project, and that just has built their confidence, especially when they're in a funk. giving them something to do that you're not asking of everybody, you're just asking of them, that often can go a really long way. You want to communicate effectively, and communicate, you want to be precise. You want to give as clear of directions as you possibly can. Okay, and then once you've communicated effectively, you want to build relationships. If you're in leadership, you're in the relationship building business. So fostering relationships, building relationships. No relationship is ever exactly where it needs to be. It can always be improved. So always do your best to improve upon relationships. Decisive but flexible. You want to be decisive in your communication, but you want to be flexible in your execution. So you always want to be listening to your comrades for feedback, for asking where you can improve. You want essentially to keep your ego out of leadership. Wouldn't we all agree there's too much ego in leadership already? There's enough ego in leadership already. We don't need any more. The great leaders, the ones that people will follow from company to company, those are people that don't have egos. So ego-free leadership. You want to inspire and motivate the people that you're leading. It's okay to take some chances when it comes to inspiration. You can never inspire and motivate too much. You want to be inspiring the troops, reminding them about the mission, reminding them about why they chose to join you in the first place. Because people want to follow good leaders. And in today's day and age, if you're not a good leader, they'll follow somebody else. That's just how it is. People are fickle, and good leaders are easy to spot and easy to find. And your troops will go to hell and back for you if you inspire and motivate them. If you do this next thing, you really will gain the loyalty of your people. But you want to, I touched on it a minute ago, but you really want to listen to their feedback. You want to ask them how you can be better. You want to, you want to accept feedback and criticism gracefully. Even if you're just mad under the skin, do it gracefully. Accept that gracefully, because we don't grow if people don't point out where we can be better. So try to accept criticism. Hopefully it's constructive criticism. Hopefully you fostered a culture where feedback at all levels is welcome, and that nobody is scared to give you feedback as a leader. Leaders are visionary thinkers. Leaders stay 2 steps ahead. Okay, you give clear and precise communication to your people about the current project, but your job as a leader is to play that tape through. Okay, what if this project fails? What if it goes gangbusters and goes, even better than we thought? What will your contingency plans be for A, B, and C? That's really a differentiator that I see the most, is the leaders that are more visionary in nature and that stay 2 steps ahead for their people. Leaders want to not think that because they're in a leadership position that they've got all the answers. Okay, you want to be working with a mentor of your own. You want to be improving your own skills, and you want to be asking where you can get better, how you can learn new things. You want to have a thirst for learning that's contagious, to your crew. You want to stay humble. And part of staying humble is prioritizing your own well-being, because you can't give away something that you don't have. So if your own house isn't in order, you can't expect your leadership communication and style to come out as polished and effective if inside you're just in shambles. So developing a routine, taking care of number one, just a 5 to 10 minute routine every day is plenty. There's 1,440 minutes in a day. I say this all the time. If we can't find 5 to 10 minutes for just ourselves, then we need to reassess our priorities. Listening actively, not thinking about what you're going to respond with, just listening to your people. You don't need to implement everything that they suggest, but you want to listen actively to everything that they suggest. And lastly, the single most important thing for a leader to do is to practice empathy. Meet your people where they are. That's the most important thing for a leader to know. If you have somebody that's come into your office and for some sort of crisis, man, meet them where they are. Get in the trenches with them. Roll up your sleeves. Emotionally meet them where they are. And you can't do that without practicing large amounts of empathy and developing your emotional intelligence, which we touched on earlier. Okay? So meeting your people where they are. Remember that. And that is geared toward emotionally meeting them where they are. And that can't be overstated. And then just a bonus tip for leaders is remember that leadership is a journey. It's not a destination. So enjoy the journey and allow those that you're leading to help you make the journey even more beautiful, because they can enhance the beauty, or as their leader, quite frankly, you can stifle their growth if you're not practicing some of these things. Obviously, I threw a lot of things out there at you. Get a Myers-Briggs personality test done if you haven't already. If the only thing that you do is build your emotional intelligence, listen actively, and meet your people where they are, and then remember that it's a journey, not a destination, and keep learning at all costs, have a mentor all the time. If those are the only few things that you do, you're going to be a tremendous leader, and your business is going to succeed. And if it doesn't, maybe it's out of your hands. You need to go find another business, because you will succeed if you practice these few simple things. So I hope that helps leaders of all types. I didn't profess to write the book on leadership, but I can look around at my own crew and I can feel like I'm doing something right. So I hope that helps, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video if it was valuable to you, and keep coming back every Wednesday. I do a weekly Wednesday message, and I've been doing it for a couple of years, and I would love to see you down the road. One last thing, I have a free gift for you. So if you'll go in the comment section and you'll just write free gift, I will send you a message, and I'm going to get you a free ebook of the book Godfidence, The Art of Quiet Confidence and Emotional Intelligence that I wrote in September of 2022. It's almost the year anniversary, and I want to give you a free copy of the ebook. So if you will leave a comment in the comment section, I will get a hold of you to get your email address, and I will get that ebook sent to you ASAP. Okay, until next time, everybody, take care.